They gon' love me for my ambition.
Real quick, I'm here to remind you, actually, that football is back. That's right, the NFL is back this week, and you'll be able to get up to $100 with Underdog Fantasy. That's right, go play Underdog Fantasy. $100 on us, code AMBITION. Marlon, tell them again.
Remember to play responsibly. Underdog Fantasy, promo code AMBITION.
Shout out to everybody in the world. This is Sound from Club Ambition Podcast. Cap, what happened? Was it? You laughing at the
That shit was so fucking lackluster,
the
bro.
pre-production
We
clap.
need to add that fucking button, bro.
Shout out to everybody in the world. Episode 101. Round of applause, real quick, Mar. The artificial intelligence version. You know, and I'm in the building, Sound, every week, hosting it, holding it down with my brother Marloon.
I'm here.
Mr. Marloon,
I'm here.
looking scrumptious, delumptious, you know, as usual. You know what I'm saying? A bachelor, ladies. I know we have a lot of ladies checking in. Just to remind you, you know, I got a couple DMs asking. I'm like, yeah, he is. So, you know, feel free to.
Why they sliding into yours and not mine?
That's what I told them. Literally, I was like, what's going on here? You're wrong person. Talk to him yourself. But we appreciate and love all the love we got last week with the 100th episode. Very much of a milestone, historical thing, especially in general. You know, they say the average podcast go maybe 10 episodes and stop. That's what they say, because there's such a big boost in people creating podcasts in the past, 5 years. So we hit that times 10, literally, you know, past the 100th episode. And that's how it is, though. Sometimes time be flying by without us realizing it. Speaking of that, rest in peace to all the families affected in 9/11. It's the 22nd anniversary of 9/11. Very, very tragic. You know, every time that this shit happens, this time of the year, I see all these videos, bro, and it's so crazy. The fact that so many people went through all this. And then you also get a side of, like, which is kind of fun, but then creepy, because it's like, we should be focusing on the people that died, but then you do see the conspiracy side of the internet pop up every time this year. Like today was going viral. People are talking about the Pentagon plane that's never been captured on camera and all this stuff. And then there's like a fireman on camera talking about there's a bomb in the building. So then people are obviously, you know, always suggesting, was this always set up? You know, was it actual hijacking, or was it a pre-planned bombing by the government, et cetera, right? Which is unfortunate, but it's fun to, like, oh, you know, go about it and think about it, because we actually don't have hardcore facts till this day. All we do know is the lives that were lost. You know, and I believe there were people even from Rhode Island at that actual day passing away. So there's like it's a group of people that memorialize the loved ones that they lost here in Rhode Island from our state on that day. So nonetheless, rest in peace, 9/11. We're recording on 9/11 today. But aside from that, last week we were going to give away, and we're going to give away right now, $100. Drum roll.
We have that?
I don't think so. We could just make our own. Artificial or... That works. That's something.
Yes, you know what I'm saying?
The $100 for free $100 is going to at justchris_WL5306. And I recognize his avatar. This, from what my recollection, this is one of our subscribers for years. Yeah, Chris, I think you're probably listening, you're watching. The $100 is going to you, brother. Randomly selected. We appreciate your support. And going forward, as we hopefully get richer, we'll be giving more money out and doing that type of stuff, because people love that. People love free money.
Richer? You're rich already?
Oh, no. That sounded wrong. What was it called? More successful, I guess. You know, because we're definitely far from rich. You know, if you guys would have heard my car on the way here, driving Marlon over here, that shit was creaking like a bed.
We still apply for food stamps.
Yeah. It was EBT, housing programs, that type of stuff over here. Rat infested garbage cans. Don't get it misconstrued, guys. It's tough over here.
Catch at least like 3 mice in my crib every day.
Yeah, you know, that $100 right there could have gone towards the
mouse traps,
the gas bill, or the mouse traps
it's
as
for
well.
you, Chris.
But it's for you, Chris, and you know, you guys are very deserving of it because you support us. So I wish one day to be able to afford to just constantly give back to our supporters. money, and because I know a lot of them are struggling. I get DMs a lot of times. A lot of them be struggling, going through stuff. Their families, it's rough out there. But trust us, we're going through it too as well, guys. We're not, we get that comment a lot. You made it. No, we haven't made it yet. I know it looks like it. You're going viral, but viral doesn't mean money yet, at all. Some money enough to pay for this, but that's pretty much it. But yeah, we appreciate you, Chris. Much love to you. And like I said in the post, one day hopefully by the time we reach 200, the episode 200, it might be a Tesla. You never know. But then that might not still mean that we're rich. It could be like we're plugged in with like someone that just has a free Tesla, or we might know Tesla. You know what I'm saying? It might not be us buying the Tesla.
Elon Musk sponsor.
Hopefully it is us buying the Tesla though. But we shall see. And we're gonna start off with Rhode Island news from the top. Talking about Rhode Island, Gabe Ammo. Congratulations to Gabe Ammo. He won the Rhode Island Congressional District 1 representative election. He literally was upset because everyone thought that the white man, Aaron I always mispronounce his last name. Let me just call him Aaron. Was going to win, but Aaron did not win, despite the famous politician cosign online, kind of viral post on social media by Aaron. He lost to Gabe Ammo, and we're gonna I want to plan to have Gabe Ammo come into the studio soon. I want to have him debate with the Republican representative that's running as well. I think that'd be pretty cool to have them in the studio. But yeah, I think Gabe was very deserving of it. I voted for Gabe. I'm a Gabe supporter, but at the same time, they were all pretty good candidates. It was a pretty good selection of people to vote for. But when it came down to it, I was veering towards more the Gabe side. But I really didn't think he was gonna win. I really thought Aaron was gonna win because that's how it seemed like, But shout out to Gabe. Congratulations to him. But we still have to vote again. There's another election. But people basically are saying that he's going to win because this is for those who don't know, this is a Democratic state, Rhode Island, by a landslide, so it's going to be either up to him or the Republican representative. But we're going to have both those gentlemen hopefully soon in the studio and have them maybe debate in here. I think that would be pretty cool content for Rhode Island. But shout out to Gabe Ammo. Really good person from what I've heard. I've heard of him in passing, a lot of mutual friends, so shout out to Gabe. Moving on to Rhode Island news. Have you heard about the bat situation in Rhode Island, Marlon?
Nah.
Listen, so Rhode Island, right now, for those who don't know, is experiencing an unprecedented bat season.
Where?
In Rhode Island. In the whole state.
For real?
Yep, in the whole state. They're saying that there are... Oh, wow. State health officials said last week. Okay, they said that last week. Oh, so recently... About 200 people have gotten rabies. Wait.
What the fuck?
Had to get rabies post-exposure.
Bro, I leave Prague for fucking 2 days and this shit's a shit show.
Bro, it's crazy. But when you read this, it's like, I get it, but I'm trying to understand it better, right? So they getting 200 people getting rabies, right?
Motherfucker trying to catch them.
Post-exposure prophylaxis. Rabies post-exposure prophylaxis. So it's a dose. Oh, so it's like a rabies vaccine. Oh, so they basically got rabies. Yeah, so 200 people recently got in Rhode Island the rabies vaccine because of the fact that they feel like they've been exposed to rabies from the bats. There's been a bat exposure. I keep saying rat, but there is a rat infestation happening, especially around North Province. It's insane right now, bro. Insane. But the bat season in Rhode Island usually lasts for about a few weeks in August. But this time around, they're saying that it is going to be larger, maybe larger than ever before. They're seeing more bats being reported in people's actual houses than they've ever have seen in previous years. So we have to be very careful. The vaccine series that prevents the viral disease after someone has been exposed. So this is just even being exposed to it, even being around these type of bats can give you some sort of rabies. You don't have to, it's not like because a lot of people think it's like a vampire, like you have to be bitten by the bat. But some of these bats carry crazy diseases to the fact that even if you're in their vicinity, Like if there was a bat right now in the studio in that corner, and we walk by the door, we could just get the rabies. You seem suspicious, or what's it called?
I don't.
You seem
I don't believe it.
Doubtful. Why?
It's like, if you're
Camera
around,
on you.
if you're around a dog that has rabies, are you gonna catch rabies, or are you gonna catch it because he bites you?
Maybe it's different.
Squirrel,
Maybe it's different.
cat,
Maybe it's different.
rat.
But that's a good point.
Any
I've never
type of
heard.
gerbil?
I've never heard of rabies being that strong.
Unless you just like
Maybe there's special bats.
Unless your immune system is just trash.
Yeah, but 200 people is a lot of people to just being reporting that. But were they all in a group? Was it a group of people? Are these separate people from separate places? You know, and we just left August, so if that happened last
And
month,
plus, it said people thinking they got exposed to it. They don't even know they have it or they had it.
I feel like I saw a bat recently. Didn't we see a bat somewhere recently? I feel like I saw a
not
bat
with me.
somewhere. I could have sworn.
I know for a fact.
Might have been in the hallways.
If I see a bat, I'm not going towards it. 1. 2, if it's like, let's say if it was in a studio, I'm going to have to whack it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to get a fucking broom, whack it, do something to get it out because obviously we don't want it in the studio.
Yeah.
But there's some dumb people out there that are just going to go, oh my God.
I don't know.
I'll
I'd probably be too scared to hit a bat.
Then you got a motherfucker trying to bite it or some shit.
Because I feel like bats might, I don't know. I've never hit a bat. It's like a flying rat. I'm scared of the cons of like a bat. Like, have you ever seen those bats hang upside down? Mm-hmm. Those shits are scary, bro.
Bro.
Bats are very hideous.
You seen the I forgot what country is that. Them big ass shit that look like they're like the size of people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, those huge ass bats. Mm-hmm. Oh. I forgot the name of those type of bats. But those are those are the bats. That's like Batman.
Listen, man.
That's like Batman. You know?
That bitch got laid the fuck.
Some people think that bats, you know, it's like a cute thing. You get bit by a bat, you turn to Batman. This is not Gotham City.
Cool,
this
bro.
is Rhode Island.
They're cool.
This is not Gotham City. This is Rhode Island. So be very safe.
This young lady might have gotten hit with a bat.
Oh yeah, this was crazy. So over the weekend, there was a wedding party that erupted into a fight.
This wasn't here, right?
This was in Newport, Rhode
Okay,
Island.
yes.
Right? They called the police, and then the Newport police arrived, and then you see the police literally getting into a fight with the people.
I'm happy to hear that this was in Newport.
I know, right? This is something that typically you would see, like police abuse. Stereotypically, they always want to put it in Providence, right? Mm-hmm. But here we have it in one of the whitest, richest areas in the entire state, Newport. Mm-hmm. This happens. So it's not just oh, no, you guys trying to make it a race thing. You got, no. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, all cops are, no. It's, no, all types of cops and all types of people can face police brutality. But is this police brutality? You know, after watching the video, you guys make the suggestion. What's going on here? Boom. So you see the pushing, but they are also pushing the cops back. That's the thing. So you see them actually pushing the cops back. There's allegedly rumored them reaching for maybe the cop's gun. They're saying, I don't know if people are just trying to be conspiracy theorists or if there's actual facts. Nonetheless, these cops, in my opinion, need de-escalating training. They need to be able to de-escalate a situation way better than this. They have tasers, they have batons, they have, you know, even warnings they can say instead of trying to actually physically assault women. These petite women. These are petite women. These are not threatening women.
If I'm a cop and they come towards me pushing me and shit like that, I'm gonna shove her back.
But punch, not punch.
What if she punched me?
I guess. That's the thing.
I'm sorry, bro. People are gonna hate me for this, but
I don't know. People are not gonna hate you because I've seen mixed. People are saying both things in the comments.
I believe in equality.
People are saying both things in the comments.
You know what I'm saying? I believe in equality.
But then I guess if we are there, you know, if you are on either side of that, actually there, you probably feel either way. Like
People gonna think I'm a woman beater.
Every time women come up, Marlon wants to hit them. No. He's just trying to play devil's advocate. At the same time, be objective because we got to be honest. This is when the punch comes.
Oh, look, she kicked her.
Oh my God! Yo, Coops! Coops, get over here, bro!
My God.
Kubi, get back. Kubi, get back. Kubi.
You saw that. He touched my wife. He ain't no video.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You
He
just
punched her,
fucking
right?
knocked her out, bro. You just fucking knocked
He
her
punched
out,
her.
bro. You just knocked her out.
So there was even reports. Marlon's laughing. Yo, Marlon loves violence, bro. My
Listen,
God.
I'll tell you this: the woman kicked, didn't hit the officer.
Yeah, she
He
missed.
punched her,
Yeah.
right? So that was a force. So
Yeah.
that's wrong.
Yeah.
And then the guy grabs the lady, right, to get her away from the cop, and the cop goes behind that guy to grab him around the neck. So what was the whole point of that?
Yeah.
And then that guy fucking mollywops the cop with the fucking punch.
Yeah.
So that one I get. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these cops are bad, bro.
These cops.
These are bad cops.
These cops are very like the cops came off just immature,
They like rookies.
untrained, like rookies. Like they gave like rookie energy, and it's like, even if they were touched by these people, they could have been. You could have de-escalated it again. You could have de-escalated the situation very differently. And I also heard from nurses at the hospitals nearby where these people were treated, and the hospital overnight was crazy. They said it was madness. Like there was so many people injured from the fight and from the cops directly that it was chaotic. It was very chaotic. Like the hospital was going crazy trying to deal with these people. Like they saw a lot of injuries, a lot of women injured, the women unconscious, possibly facing a concussion now. So my thing is this also,
Bro, they're getting that check.
what if one of these women, unfortunately, and God forbid, would have passed away easily? Because concussions lead to brain, internal bleeding. That shit could happen at any point.
Yeah.
So that could have potentially happened. That's how you have to also realize as well. This is concrete. Have you been to Newport? You never-
Yeah.
Walking
of course,
around Newport, those floors in Newport, that rock, it's like
It's
rock
rock.
stone floors. That's some hard ass floors in Newport.
Reminds me of that video. Bro. You ever seen that video? The guy's like, you ever seen this on concrete?
Yeah.
And he does have
He
like
does a backflip and hits his head. Bro, that stone floor in Newport is not
Not a joke.
a joke. No. This is not a trampoline park. This is no. That shit hurts. Even
He
walking on
punched
it.
her though, right? The lady that got knocked the fuck out got punched.
You think so?
Or what do you
It
think?
seemed like he
slapped?
just slammed her down, and then he slammed her down so hard that her head hit the concrete backwards.
I don't know.
Because like when you heard
that
the,
shit back.
it looked like it was. You could see like her
'Cause
head hitting it.
you kind of hear like, and then she falls.
This is one camera angle. Supposedly there's more camera angles coming. I'll tell you this much.
Because if he did throw her to the floor, and he's that's it. He's done, bro.
I'll tell you this much. If this was a wedding in Newport, you know how many lawyers
I don't
are
think-
probably
that didn't look
already
like a wedding.
It
It was a wedding.
yeah, it was a wedding in Newport. It was a wedding party in Newport. So it was like I guess,
the party type shit.
but I guess it was in the same building. Like they had the wedding and then the party was like next door, right next in it, some type of shit like that. That's what they were saying. But I'm saying in general, if this is a wedding in Newport, imagine the money that's gonna go towards Rhode Island lawyers. You know how many lawyers in Rhode Island right now are probably booked because of this, like right away. Like
Bro.
this is gonna be a crazy situation.
Bro, I would have ran in there and get knocked out by a cop. Get some money.
Yeah, so hopefully that situation, I don't know what's going to happen. It's looking sad for those cops, though, I'm telling you that much. Because even if you kind of see both sides, the cops, regardless, knocked out that woman. Like, that woman, it didn't have to go to that point.
No.
Like, it was like, come on. All right. Moving on, more Rhode Island news. We are currently, by definition, the ocean state. Rhode Island is underwater. Again, we keep getting more flash floods, and the roads do not clear up because they are not properly unclogged. These roads, these sewer drainage systems need to be updated. Governor McKee, the governor of Rhode Island, needs to urgently reallocate people's tax money towards upgrading and cleaning out the drainage sewage system in the state. Because these are just 1 hour, 2 hour long flash floods. Imagine we get Hurricane Lee, all these hurricanes and all these actual
which is on its
crazy
way.
storms are allegedly coming here soon. Bro, we literally would need Aquaman. Who are some like water people, some water superheroes? I only know Aquaman, the Little Mermaid. Like we have what's that big the city on Atlantis? Who's the captain of Atlantis? The head of Atlantis?
I don't know. I know who you're talking about, but I don't know.
You don't know the guy
I haven't seen that in years, bro.
with the fucking
Poseidon?
Poseidon. We need Poseidon. We need everyone from the underwater world to come to the ocean state and save us. We have people literally stuck in their cars.
Yeah, but that's
and
on
boats.
them. They're fucking stupid.
Yeah, those people are stupid for even
Stupid
trying to
as
drive
fuck.
through the water.
Y'all are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Y'all are trying to do some insurance fraud shit.
Yeah, they think that their Toyota Corollas and these fucking Honda Accords are jet skis. They're not jet skis.
Know your limit, bro. Like,
Yeah.
If the water is below half of your tire, go ahead. But if it's above your honestly half of your tire and up, you're fucked, bro.
Yeah, it's
That water
insane.
touches your starter, you're done. It touches your alternator, you're done. You're stuck. Your car is deemed lost, bro. That's
Bro,
it.
literally,
Unless you got a hoop to go do it.
literally nearby where we're recording, nearby our own studio is flooded. Like this whole area. We're not gonna be too specific, but the areas are flooded. Branch Avenue is underwater currently right now. You see stores like Snipes, Dollar General. They're gonna have to do a crazy sale next week. You're gonna see Air Forces and maybe some Chuck Taylors for $2 next week on the sales rack because
Might have to go.
them shits is gonna be wet. They're
Might
not
have
gonna be
to
able
go.
to dry them up in time.
Might have to go.
We gotta go. If not, we're gonna have to make them make that sale because they need that sale. We need that sale. Everyone needs that sale. But it's a crazy time. We're gonna show some footage as well. But before I show the footage, just talking about it is insane because this is not the first time.
No.
This is the most recent time though. And every time I post the videos, people always think that it's that's old, right? That was last month, right?
Am I
no,
am I tripping though? This has been like a this year thing though.
definitely.
We've gotten
Last year was bad.
Last year too. But before that, we've gotten multiple days of rain, bro. And I don't remember.
Never faced
Bro,
this.
I'm telling you, I remember back in the day, it was like early 2000s. It rained for like 10 fucking days straight, bro. Like pouring. I remember this shit. And yeah, we got flooding, but it rained for 10 days straight
Yeah,
to get the floods that we're getting now that it's only been like half a day.
half a day, 1/3 of a day, an hour of a day. No, this is worse. This is. I went to elementary, middle school, high school, all here. We lived here I lived my entire life here in Providence, in Rhode Island. I lived my entire life. We've all lived our entire lives in this state, and we have never seen nothing like this before.
Ridiculous.
This looks like a Miami, Florida crazy flood type of situation, like common, literally like hurricane, like New Orleans, Atlanta, but happening in the smallest state. In Rhode Island?
It's to the point.
Highways shut down.
Right, yeah.
Highways shut
Yep.
down. People having to go and do detours. The entire highway is cut off.
Yeah. It's to the point where you have to, like now it's going to be a thing where you have to carry a floaty in your fucking trunk, bro.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to carry a fucking floaty. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Listen, this is bad. Like an essential, we're going to have to carry like a blow up boat, a blow up kayak in the trunk, something, because
Everyone's going to have to start buying
this
fucking
is very bad,
lifted
man.
trucks.
This is horrible. But man, shout out to everybody out there who tried to stay safe throughout this, because I know it sucked for a lot of people, especially if your cars got fucked, even though it's your fault technically. But
No, it's 100% your fault.
you know,
dumbass.
you gotta be very careful. This is not a joke. This is seriously a major issue happening right now in Rhode Island. A lot of people are very frustrated. There was also a situation that happened. There was a Cranston apartment complex with over 90 families, about 100 families that no longer have a place to live currently because of the fact that it got flooded. The basement of the building got flooded. Let me actually read the messages I read right now. Look it. So, and also for those who don't know, there's a message to the governor, Governor McKee. In 2015 and 2015, there was a $100 million pledge to improve over a 10-year span the actual maintenance and repairs of the sewage system.
I haven't seen any of that.
There's a sewage system. The Rhode Island sewage system has 25,000 stormwater catch basins, over 2,000 outfalls, and about 100 structural best management practices. And I have not seen
All I see them
maybe
doing
10% of improvement.
All I see them is fucking up the streets. They get
this
fixing
is-
a pipe or what, and then they leave the fucking street all patched up, bro. Like,
Yeah, over 90 families evacuated in a Cranston apartment complex because the basement of the apartments were flooded. Literally, refrigerators floating up to the ceiling. Now, this apartment building was condemned today, and everyone is out of a home. And yeah, this is some messages I'm getting from people. People from the city actually care. They message me and they want me to get the word out there because someone has to press these actual politicians. The governor needs to fucking do something.
This is like one of the most important things that we've been seeing in the past fucking months.
Bro.
And, you know, we're over here, they're worrying about bicycle lanes and shit like that.
It's fucking disgusting.
You know what I'm saying? I don't get it, bro.
It's fucking
I don't
disgusting.
fucking get it, bro.
But real quick, for those watching on YouTube, we definitely want to play some clips for you guys to get a glimpse of what we got going on over here in the Ocean State. Look at this. This was the highway that was flooded.
That's what, Route 10?
Route
Yeah.
10.
Union Bridge. Stupid. Bro, you see?
Insane.
That's the top of your tire. What are you doing?
Let me mute this because like that bubbling, windy noise.
No, but that's the ASMR shit, bro. I like it.
Look at that traffic, bro. There was traffic for up to 12 hours.
Of course, a Range Rover. Stupid. Known for electrical problems, you're going to put it into water, make it worse.
Bro, insane.
Stupid.
Insane. Let's get some from today that I think I posted.
Stupid.
Look right here. This is on Branch Avenue. Underwater. Underwater. Yeah, this is serious. This is a very crazy situation, and we're dealing with it over here. Look at that. What does it say? 25 people? Yeah, 25 people rescued by boats today. Just today, 25 people rescued by boats.
I find that shit so fucking.
This
dumb.
is like this is something out of like a Family Guy skit or some shit. Like this is different. Like we're literally now living in Quahog. We've turned into
Like-
Quahog. This is no longer Rhode Island,
Like-
Providence. This is Quahog.
Bro, like you drive your car into that shit, right? Hey, what do? You just sit there? What the fuck? Get out your fucking car and walk the fuck out. Like, what you gonna do?
This is insane.
Why are you staying there?
Moving on to the last Rhode Island topic of the day, the very controversial.
Wasting money on this shit too.
Yep, very controversial. PVD Fest.
Shit looks depressing.
PVD Fest. And I'm gonna send a message to. It's time to be honest here. This is not a shot towards. We have to talk about PVD Fest this year, and honestly, how much of a travesty that it actually was. Some people are saying, "Oh, the rain." It wasn't just because of the rain. Prior to the rain,
wasn't it raining for Pride? For Pride?
exactly.
Yeah, I
it
don't wanna
rains
hear
for it rained for the Pride Festival. It rained for the Newport Jazz Festival. It rains at festivals, and the festivals keep going. But the PVD Fest, Providence, Rhode Island Festival, the biggest festival in Rhode Island history, right? Excuse me. Typically, always 100,000 people. PVD Fest went from 100,000 people every year from across the entire country to maybe
1,000, 2,000,
no,
less.
I would say 500 people.
500.
Maybe 500 people.
Wow.
Maybe 500 people. If we're being, and that's being honest. That's being nice, because you could maybe say 1,000, but in reality,
Walk in, walk out.
like if you're looking at it like, and this is no shot at the people that made the actual event, because, you know, shout out to the workers. We had one of them here on. Shout out to Joe Wilson Jr., you know, Michaela. We know a lot of people in the city that work, right? Shout out to them. This is nothing against them directly, but they know the honest truth. What the mayor did, the mayor's decision to still go about this after all the changes he made to PVD Fest and still go through with it instead of delaying it, maybe canceling it, I think is going to backfire. This is the worst PVD Fest ever by a landslide. By a landslide. Next year, though, it can be better. They have to look at this. They have to look at the feedback.
Learn from their mistakes.
Learn from your mistakes. Look at the feedback and be like, okay, we tried it this way. Next year, let's go back to the old way. Let's make it PVD Fest how it should be, the classic PVD Fest. That's what people want. Mayor Brett Smiley, if he really wants to run again for another election and wants to win the election, PVD Fest is one of the things that he has to focus on. You can't fuck up PVD Fest. That's just by objectively looking at it. There's other more serious issues, yes, but PVD Fest is just like a staple. It's an honorary staple. And yes, is a representation of the artist of the city, right? Some people were like, you know, if it wasn't rained out, we weren't able to see the full potential. Forget about the rain. The rain is just going to be a lot of people's excuse now. Like, that's why the PVD Fest sucked. I heard from multiple people there. What did they say? As bluntly as possible. The majority of the people there, white and older. That was the main demographic there compared to the previous PVD Fest where we saw as diverse, youthful of a crowd as possible. So that means that we need to change PVD Fest back to how it was.
Yeah, trust me, youngins don't give a fuck about rain.
Yeah, and also, they weren't transparent about why they made the changes until, a week before when they came on this platform and told us, you know, we asked them and they told us. There wasn't a proper announcement. The rollout could have been better, you know, and
if this continues like this for like the next 2 years or some shit like that, this is non-existent.
This is going to be, if this happens again one more time, you might as well never do PVD Fest again. Because you're just tainting it. You're ruining it. You saw so many people tweet upset. So many people making fun of it. Some people thought that you had to pay to get into PVD Fest. You didn't have to pay. It was just that the first night there's a fundraiser event that they do every year. But it's a ticketed event. It's $35 entry starting fee. But they do that every year. But some people didn't know that. So then you add it to people already feeling some type of way about PVD Fest. They're going to add to it and be like, damn, we had to pay for PVD Fest this year? This is fucking whack. What the hell? This is, you know, because people are going to be, you know, ignorant, and it's fine. Ignorance is bliss. People are going to be ignorant. But putting that aside, night one, you saw the post. The crowds looked very, very low. We have a photo right here. Maybe 100 people here. Maybe. This is at the location near the Providence Bridge where they do the Gay Pride Fest. And when I went to Pride, all of this was packed. I'm talking about you couldn't even see grass. Here, all you see is grass. This is crazy. This is crazy. And is it my fault? Is it my fault because of the boycott I called? I don't think it's just that. I think even though I could take some blame, but I was speaking for the people. The people didn't want to go. The people were saying, we're not going to this. You know, the people, but this goes to show you also as an example of your voice having value. You know, everyone was messaging me, people in the city, they feel sometimes like I'm a spokesperson for them. I get passionate about shit. I talk my shit. They like that, right? So with the PVD Fest, they were saying the same thing. We got to boycott it, bro. What are you going to do? Boycott this shit. Like, these changes are crazy. So I was like, look, people have made a decision. The people keep telling me we got to boycott this, so we're going to boycott it. We're not going, right? Mayor Brett Smiley, I'm making another invite for you to come on this platform. I want you to come here. I want to talk about this and a lot of other issues. So please, Brett Smiley, the mayor of this city, we would love to hear from you. Because for those who don't know, and I'm pretty sure you guys know by now after this rant, but yeah, if you're not from Providence, Rhode Island, PVD Fest is one of the most legendary things that has ever happened in Rhode Island history. A very classic festival. How are you going to go from 100,000 people every year to maybe 1,000, maybe 500?
Listen, man, I've never
This is horrible.
I've never gone to PVD Fest, and I know that it used to be one of the most sought out things ever each year. And now this is like
This is terrible.
This is embarrassing.
I would have rather the city skip this year if we knew it was going to be like this. Skip this year, use all that money, and allocate it towards the city,
sewage.
the sewage system, something else. You know, it could have been something else. Like we do have other issues. Maybe focus it towards those issues. But then, man, the way it panned out was not it.
Like
God bless everyone.
we heard, and we understand some of the, you know, the reasons why some decisions some decisions were made. You know, talking about, you know, use more money towards the artist, and you know, not have to worry about insuring certain restaurants and stuff because this and that, blah blah. We understand that. We get it, right? Now, this is my thing, which I think we probably should have asked when we had
Yeah.
you know, on the past events, were there ever occasions where shit got out of hand, where there was damage to properties, you know, damage to whatever the hell you wanna? Was there ever any cases like that?
No, I don't think so.
So change it for what?
I don't think so.
Again, I understand, like, oh, like we wanna, you know, put the artist to shine and stuff, but you're making decisions that people are being butthurt about, so they're not gonna go to view these artists that you want to help. What the fuck's the whole point then?
Yeah, because this is not like you. This is nothing against the artists that were there. Shout out to all the artists.
100%.
We want to support the artists.
Yeah,
Who supports artists more than our platform?
yeah,
What are you talking about? We support artists that are not even known.
Yeah.
Like independent, rising new artists from Rhode Island. So when it comes to artists from Rhode Island, shout out to them. This is nothing against them. If I'm an artist, I would have gone to PVD Fest. If I was a rapper, singer, and if I had the opportunity, you have to take every opportunity possible, right? But the whole way it came out and the play out of it, the grand scope of the event, it was not successful, and changes need to be done. There was people there from all types of walk form, ages, complaining. The feedback was negative overall. You know, so we can't be cookie cutter about it. We can try to be politically correct, and I get it, but no, man, this shit needs to change. This is not okay. And I think that they will change it, though. I have hope. Maybe I'm dumb. I have some slight hope that the city will change this. I have some hope. Even if I have to meet with the city more, if I have to meet with the mayor more, I personally am going to take more responsibility to make PVD Fest better again, because it needs to be. This is not just like just talk about it. I've been in the offices already. I need to go back to the offices again. You know, put me in the offices now. Next month, let's talk about PVD Fest already. Let's plan it, because this year's almost over.
No, bro. Tell them to fix the fucking sewage system first, bro. PVD Fest is over. There's a whole year to do that.
Not really, though, because if we do it in June again, how many months is that?
The what?
Because this is September now. Think about it.
Oh, right. No.
We got probably like 8 months, 9 months left
let's.
for PVD Fest.
If we're flooded by next week,
Ain't no
you know what I'm
PVD
saying?
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't nothing. That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, people saw this shit and went viral. It was very serious. There was actual protests. There was people protesting at PVD Fest because of the deaths that have been happening at the ACI. There's been about 7 deaths unanswered, supposedly by inmates dying at the ACI. So there was protests there.
I heard that.
So that's also a good thing, because they know that PVD Fest is important for the city, is an important platform for them to go and protest at. So that is okay. You know, I don't think that necessarily looks bad on PVD Fest's part. Whether PVD Fest was going to be big or successful or not, these protests were going to happen. People have their right to protest. We didn't see any anti-PVD Fest protesting and boycotting. People just didn't go. Also, the timing. It was literally days after schools were back open in Providence, Rhode Island. So a Providence festival, people are busy with school, jobs, and they're definitely not coming from Boston. They're not coming from New York anymore. The date was just a horrible date selection. You can't do a summer festival during back to school September.
Right. Summer's over.
Summer's over. Summer's over and you're doing a summer fest. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So I think that they're going to look at the logistics and change this shit back to how it was. Or maybe make it even better than before. They can make this even better than before. That's a good thing. So like, okay, this was bad. Look at the bright side. Let's make PVD Fest not just back to how it was. Make it now maybe even better than before.
Yeah, but their main concern was allocating money for more smart things. So for them to quote unquote make it better, they're gonna have to put more money into it. At the end of the day, what I think is they should let, more of the younger crowd handle stuff like this.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
I'm sorry, Brett.
Shout out to Brett. Shout out to the city.
You can do like other stuff, but you should definitely have a younger crowd, do shit like this.
Yeah, man. And it is, like I said, I have love for the people. I know some people that work for the city, and I have genuine love for them. So much that I'm honest. I'm not going to cookie cutter, sugarcoat this. We saw the feedback. We saw what happened at PVD Fest. But shout out to everyone. Hopefully we get the mayor here within the next month. God willing. Moving on. Pop culture news. For those who didn't know, Lil Yachty, throughout the years, I've noticed, has gained a lot of weight. And when he made that song, Walk Poland, I was like, damn. And I also saw other interviews where he was carrying the cup, a white cup. And I'm like, damn, he's doing lean. He's not just rapping about the lean. He's actually doing lean. And I'm like, I think he's addicted to the lean. Because you can just tell in his face. I'm like, why is he looking so unhealthy? This is a man that when he came into the game, he was straight edge, always promoted about not doing drugs, not drinking. He was always fun, talking about, very youthful, talking about he eats pizza. He was like the pizza rapper, always eating pizzas and shit, right? And then all of a sudden, he's lean drinking. I'm like, fuck, did we lose Lil Yachty? Now we have him admitting that he stopped officially drinking lean. And he said, I did not stop drinking lean for niggas to bully me and tell me I look like I have leukemia. This is a joke he made because in his new photos, look at the drastic change, Marlon. From just a couple months ago to now. Let's pop up the photo bigger that I made a comparison. So Lil Yachty posted new photos. And here we have it. Right there. So on the left side was today. Lil Yachty cut his hair, and now he looks like a GQ model, for being honest. He looks sexier and handsomer more than ever. Pause. I'm just being honest.
You love to push the boundaries.
I'm just being honest. But look at the right side. So this was Lil Yachty about 9 months ago on the Nelk Boys Full Send podcast. And look at him today. Drastic change from just quitting lean. Quitting lean.
Yeah.
Kids, don't do lean. Don't do drugs.
Did Gucci quit lean?
Gucci might have quit everything.
Look at Gucci.
Gucci looking healthy as hell. And Gucci went to jail. That's the thing.
Gunna.
And shout out to Yachty, because Yachty also, I believe he's a father. He's like a newer father. So, and he doesn't talk about it at all much. I don't think we even know seen the kid yet, but he does. He's a father now.
Well, yeah. Remember Drake was like, "Shut up, bitch! Your son said he needs a new pair of Jordans." Blah blah blah.
Yeah. So Lil Yachty's also a father. So, and I'm a father as well. So I was disappointed. I'm like, fuck. Like I remember him being straight edge. People change. What's the Drake line? People change, women change, money change too. We could have changed you. Classic. But people change. I get it. But then to change to becoming a lean addict, you're rapping about it. It sounds fucking fire. The beat is hard. The music's hard. But then
I guess.
But I'm like, this nigga's really on the lean though, like that? Like, cause he's looking fatter and fatter.
That industry, man.
The
people
industry
around you
probably hit him. Something happening personally. But I'm proud of him, man. Like, he quit the lean. He looks healthy. And he looks good. This is what everyone wants to. Like, people just want good for people. So 100%. Like, this is dope to see. At first I'm like, oh, he just cut his hair. But I'm noticing, I'm like, oh, wait, he looks really skinny. And I've been noticing it. I mentioned it before in the new podcast he does and just with the Bobby interview and certain interviews. I've been saying it. I've been telling Edwin and people, I'm like, I think he quit the lean. Because you could just tell. Like, he's looking skinnier. I'm like, he had to be quitting the lean. And there we have Lil Yachty quit lean. People thought it was a joke. I posted that shit when the walk came, when he dropped that shit, the song. I'm like, this song's hard, but he's actually, guys, he's addicted to lean. It's sad. I said it in the reaction. Some people in the comments like, no, you're reaching, bro. The guy fucking admitted to it. Speaking of admitting to shit and leaking stuff, Lil Yachty has the proper update to For All the Dogs. Lil Yachty said that For All the Dogs, Drake's new album, there's a proper update, guys, because for those who don't know, it drops September 22nd. We have the official confirmed date. We haven't said it yet on the podcast, but for those who don't know, September 22nd, next Friday, not this Friday, the Friday after this Friday. And Lil Yachty said that this is some of Drake's best verses ever. Also, very controversial bars. The topics are going to make people talk. Also, the most energetic performance that Drake has ever had on an album. That's what Lil Yachty said. I'll play some of the clip. I don't know if he copyrights, so I didn't want to really play it.
Some verses make you sound like, bruh, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be an interesting project. I think it's gonna have a lot of people have a lot to say about some of his topics on his album.
Yeah, he's good at that.
Yeah. And I don't even think he does.
They
it
got
on
that
purpose.
poor
I
guy
think
standing?
it's just him
No, he's on like an expensive, very expensive couch. It's like a big ass couch. It's like a good ass couch. It's like a $20,000 couch.
I know he has like a weird ass couch, but that guy looked like he was standing.
I would say he deals with some controversial things, you know. And I
Bro,
think
that
when he makes
candle
music,
burning the
it's-
shit out of that
A lot
wood.
of times it's just true journaling.
See that shit?
You know? Like one time I asked him a while ago, I was like, I said something like, man, why don't like when on this album, verses that I ever heard, some of the best Drake verses that I ever heard are on this album.
Like, that's crazy. And Lil Yachty's a very big Drake fan, regular Drake fan like us. So for him to say that these are some of the best Drake verses he's ever heard, have to be some of the best Drake verses he's ever heard. He's off the lean, so we know he's not high talking crazy. He's off the fucking lean, right? And you can see the influence in Drake from Yachty. He's dressing like Lil Yachty, baggy clothes. He's using Lil Yachty production. Lil Yachty's helping him write like hooks on the last album, Her Loss. Lil Yachty's credited as a writer, you know. So
Sorry.
I'm kind of excited because we really don't know what's gonna happen. But we also have Dennis Graham, Drake's dad, said that this is some of the best music his son's ever made. So now we have Lil Yachty and Drake's dad saying that, right? Is that a good sign? Is that a bad sign? Do we have too much of a high hope now? Are we aiming too much high for the sky?
Hey, no, he should be. Yeah.
I predict, I already said it, I predict a Drake classic album. That's what I want. That's what I feel like the energy is. That's what everyone is saying. What's your prediction, Marlon?
I kind of want to react to this shit the moment it drops.
Say it again. Put the camera on you.
Like I want to react to this shit the moment it drops.
Oh, at midnight?
Not no morning shit. That midnight shit.
Like at midnight?
Yeah.
That would be fire. That'd be very fire.
Your car gonna sound like a broken mattress.
Cause you gotta do it somewhere. Cause I have neighbors now, so we
They're
gotta
gonna think y'all niggas fucking.
we gotta do that shit like it's like around here or something. At midnight, some good lighting. But we could do it at midnight. That'd be fire.
This shit fucking crazy. I definitely think like he has a lot to live up to now. Cause you have artists.
It's a lot of pressure.
Artists saying this shit. Your dad saying this shit. Look, DJ Khaled had other people saying, and look, that shit was horrible.
Yeah.
Then again, Drake went. There's albums that people don't like, but like it's not quote unquote horrible. You know what I'm saying?
And also,
Because I didn't like Scorpion.
Yeah, at the same time, people, have we ever heard, if we're being honest, have we ever heard someone say like an album or a song is going to be bad before the song comes out? We never ever hear that.
Never.
You only hear like, oh, it's good, it's a classic. So we also have to take it with a grain of rice. What do people say?
Grain of salt.
Grain of salt. I said a grain of rice.
Grain of rice.
A grain of salt.
A
Take it
little
with
too much.
a little grain of something. A grain of rice will be big more than a grain of salt, right? But yeah, take it with a grain of salt because we have to be careful. This could be too highly predictive, you know. But these are some of the closest people to Drake. You know, that's another thing. Are they yes men or are they very honest men? Because they're that close to Drake that they would call him out and tell him not to drop that, you know.
I'll tell you this: if this shit's bad, or like some of the shit's weak, people will come at Yachty, bro.
But Drake doesn't have a bad album. Do you think Drake has a bad album? I don't think he has a bad album.
I don't think he has a bad album. I think
What's his worst album?
For me?
CLB? Probably.
For me, CLB, Scorpion.
CLB, probably. His worst. But he still has good-ass songs on there that I still play. The one with Travis Scott. The switch-up shit. No, the one with Future. Not the I'm Too Sexy. The other one. Where the beat switches up. Oh, yeah. Send the gallery up to her friend. When you and your friend, you know I'm wavy.
I like the one he has with...
you a little hot girl, baby. You a little sweet teen, baby. Got a little Kenny in pocket.
With Kid Cudi.
The song with Kid Cudi?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good song. You know, so I don't know. Drake today posted Yeet on his story. Like a Drake version of Yeet. Like Yeet, but Drake's face inside the Yeet mask. Edited, photoshopped. He said dialed in. Is Yeet going to be on a Drake album?
Probably.
There's rumors that Drake is invested into Yeet's career behind the scenes, but now nobody knows that. He's one of the people financially invested that helped him basically get signed or like, you know, funded his career. Because Drake was supporting Yeet years ago. He went to one of Yeet's first concerts ever, randomly. And that's before I even heard a Yeet song. I was like, fuck, I'm like, another Drake cosign. I'm gonna have to check this guy out eventually. And then eventually, look at Yeet now. Fucking megastar, underground, but still a megastar.
Listen, man.
The Minion soundtrack. He one of the biggest stars on TikTok all the time. He drops.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he doesn't, you know,
ruin it.
Fuck him over. Like how we did with Block Boy.
Speaking of Young Money artists, let's talk about, me signing to Young Money. For those who didn't know, I've officially signed to Young Money. We didn't talk about this last week, but this is another example of artists showing us love, confirming that they watch our reactions. We've heard rumors from other people in the past. They've confirmed it, that they actually have watched our reactions, etc. Nicki's retweeted us in the past, posted us on her story. But now we have Nicki Minaj tweeting, saying that I have never lied. Literally. Lie detector detected. This man has never lied. At first, when I saw Nicki Minaj quote retweet me or talk about me, I'm like, hold up. Even when I read this, I'm like, damn, she's coming at my shit. What's she saying? Because I already knew if she did, the bars were gonna eat me up.
Oh, because what did you say?
I said it was a good ass song. Her newest song.
Oh.
I said it's like one of the best Nicki songs in a while.
That's a good ass fucking
good
song.
Ass song.
Bro.
Good ass song. Good ass song.
I heard it on the fucking radio.
It's a very good song.
I said, hold up, bro.
It's not doing crazy numbers, etc., but it doesn't have to.
People are tweaking, bro.
It doesn't have
fucking good ass.
It doesn't
song,
have
bro.
to. Like that song, it deserves it in my opinion. I'm shocked that it's not. But she also didn't do a music video or nothing. She just dropped it.
But she should.
She should have done a music video. Would have pumped it up more. But that song is really good. A new song. I would recommend checking it out. It's like a singing song, R&B with rapping. It's beautiful. Lie detector. This man has never lied. I can hear Nicki Minaj literally saying this with her Roman's revenge voice, her alter ego voice. But shout out to Nicki Minaj, showing me love, co-signing us, this platform, because why not? I already was a barb. I've been repping barbs. I've been a barb from day one. Even if you see a itty bitty piggy in the market, to them, don't get me started. I'll start spitting old Nicki Minaj songs. Since Itty Bitty Piggy, I've been a fucking barb, right? And now we have the barb herself, Nicki Minaj, saying, I've never lied. This is actually pretty cool. You know, even though there was some barbs in the comments trying to be like, no, Nicki, but a couple weeks ago, he was talking shit. I never talk shit. What I said was, I questioned, I'm like, I think it was one of her remixes that she dropped. It might have been the Ice Spice second one. It was just one where I felt like, I was like, is Nicki Minaj past her prime? Or is Nicki Minaj, like, why is she not just straight up going hard no more? I felt like she had more. Like, she could be better. Like I just know her potential. Like
Right.
Like a drop and then just the barbs talk about it is not an impactful drop. Nicki Minaj would drop and it'll be like some of the biggest records of the entire year. Like that's why she's the queen, right? So some of these bars in the recent remixes, I was like, this could be harder. I'm like, maybe she's holding back for the album. I literally said that. Now we have a single off of that album.
Good ass
Amazing
song.
song.
Good ass song.
A real honest
Good ass
fan
song.
is going to be honest.
Good ass
You're not going
song,
to
bro.
dick ride.
Bro, you know what it is? I'm riding through my fucking street with this shit loud, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding around my street with this shit playing loud. Because that shit's that good. I'm not going to do that shit with no regular, quote unquote soft song.
Exactly.
It's some good ass shit, bro.
No, this is hard. This is hard. So shout out to Nicki Minaj. I'm a barb. I'm signed to Young Money now. Sorry, guys. Bound to happen.
Why are you sorry?
Oh, because they're kind of mad. They wanted me to sign to the other label,
What's the other label?
MMG. I was like, no, I don't like that shit because I love Rick
MMG.
Ross, but Gunplay is a scary motherfucker. If I gotta walk into the fucking booth and it's Gunplay's like recording, I'm not gonna be like, hey, Gunplay, it's my turn. What? Gunplay runs the studio at that point. You gotta let him do what the fuck he wants. I'm not gonna get into argument with Gunplay. You guys can do that shit. So MMG, I'm sorry I had to turn the deal down. Young Money's where I'm at. And speaking of Young Money, Cash Money, shout out to BG. BG is free. BG is home. BG was the last remaining Hot Boy member from the rap group Hot Boys that was incarcerated. It was BG, Turk, Juvenile, and Lil Wayne. That's how Lil Wayne's career started. That's how the Cash Money career started. And BG has been freed about 2 days ago, and he's out. And Birdman said that BG is signed to Cash Money again. He's not leaving Cash Money. Allegedly, he gave him upwards of like $100,000 cash. He's holding him down, as he should, because why not? And people want to see a Hot Boys reunion for nostalgia purposes. Hot Boys album. That would be crazy. Real quick, everyone, I wanted to bring you this segment for this podcast to highlight, since this month is September, is actually also, for those who didn't know, Responsible Gaming Education Month, September. So I brought in a representative of the Problem Gambling Services, sponsored by the Rhode Island Lottery. And since we are Rhode Island's most popular podcast, I've had to make sure to have them stop by. Welcome to the podcast. Desiree, introduce yourself to the people and what you do for a job.
So my name is Desiree. I am from the Problem Gambling Services program. I am the program manager. This month is the Responsible Gaming Education Month, and it's important to talk about this because a lot of people think that when it comes to gambling that it's all bad. 95% of people can gamble responsibly, and I think that's important to highlight. But there are that percentage of people who can't gamble responsibly, right? So just to give you some statistics on that, the prevalence is highest among 18 to 35-year-olds, typically white males, and a history of a big win. Now, that's significant because of the way that it works in the brain, and that's important to note. People think that when it comes to gambling, it's all about the money, and it actually really has nothing to do with the money. For some people, maybe, right? Can't generalize. But for the most part, it has nothing to do with the money. It has to do with how it works in the brain. So when someone experiences a big win, they have these feel-good chemicals that release in their brain when they win money that first time. So they're constantly chasing that feeling of excitement from that one time that they win, and they get addicted to that feeling that they feel. That's why they keep going back to gamble.
Yeah.
There's about 1% of the population, which is about 2 million people, that have a diagnosable gambling problem. That means that they meet 4 out of the 9 criteria to be diagnosed with a gambling disorder.
Wow.
Then you have another 2 to 3% of people, which is about 4 to 6 million people, that meet at least one of that criteria. Wow. They don't necessarily have a gambling disorder, but they're experiencing problems as a result of their gambling. So that's pretty high, right? So that's a whole group of people, a population that aren't getting help, aren't getting treatment, maybe don't even know that they have a gambling disorder, right? So it's important for them to know what are the signs, what are the symptoms, how do I know if I actually have a problem?
Yeah.
Some of the way that we can tell that people may have a problem with gambling is, are they constantly going back to chase their losses? Are they spending too much time gambling? Are they borrowing money from friends and family? Are they lying to their loved ones about how much they're actually gambling? Are they taking out extra lines of credit or credit cards? That kind of a thing. That can tell us sometimes that someone may have a problem.
Yeah.
Sometimes if they try to cut down too, they'll experience some irritability. A lot of these symptoms that I'm explaining are pretty similar to substance use.
Yeah.
They're very closely related. And the same thing happens with substance use. When someone uses for the first time, a lot of the times they're chasing that first high, right?
Yeah.
It's not that they want to keep using, they're just chasing that first experience, that feeling that they feel when they use.
Yeah.
Same thing happens with gambling. So with that group of people that we're talking about, suicide rates are really high. You can't tell if someone has a gambling disorder or a gambling problem. About, excuse me, about 35% of people have thought about suicide as an option, which is pretty scary. That's a pretty large amount of people.
Yeah.
And about 1 in 5 will actually attempt suicide.
Wow.
And from all these numbers that I just gave you, 80% of them don't even seek treatment. And in Rhode Island alone, there's about 17,000 people that have a diagnosable gambling disorder,
Wow.
which is pretty high,
Yeah.
right? And so what our program does is we help offer them treatment. We give individual counseling, we do group counseling, we have equine therapy, which is horse therapy. We do a lot of different things with the clients that we work with.
Yeah.
Something else that's important to note is tips for responsible gambling, right? The reality of it is 95% of people can actually gamble responsibly. You can have fun with it, right? You know, most people will do that. There's rituals or, you know, family events that people have that you can play cards or whatever, and that's just fun for people to do, and that doesn't mean that they're going to develop a gambling problem.
Yeah.
It becomes a problem when all the things that we just explained, when they're having difficulty stopping and that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So it's important for them. It's September, and what we want to do is provide education to people and let them know that you can play responsibly, and there's tips for people to be able to do that.
Yeah.
There's this thing that we call self-exclusion. You can do that by calling 211. They will connect you to our program, and we can help you get self-exclusion from the casino. And what that is essentially you're just banning yourself from going to the casino for either 1 year, 5 years, or a lifetime ban. So you're not allowed to get yourself in the casino, basically.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for someone who might have a gambling problem and or has identified that they have a gambling problem, that might be an option for them.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
Another way is with the app, with the Sportsbook app. You can set time limits. You can set dollar amount limits where you can say, you know, I'm not going to spend more than $50 today.
Yeah.
And stick to that limit. So it involves a lot of accountability on the person's part, but I think it's important for people to be able to do that. So there is a way to gamble and play responsibly. One of our stances is taking a harm reduction approach. So on top of setting limits for responsible gaming, so when it comes to setting dollar amounts and time limits on your gaming, the harm reduction approach typically works well too. So you don't want to tell someone you're never going to gamble for the rest of your life, especially a 21-year-old just turned 21. Tell them you're never going to go to a casino again to see a show or to do anything. That might be too triggering for them, right?
Yeah.
So if someone's gambling 5-6 days a week, then you might want to say, okay, maybe you want to try gambling 3 or 4 times a week. Or, you know, maybe you're playing a video game for 8 hours, maybe you want to play 6. I think that's another thing that people don't necessarily realize, too, is that gaming is considered gambling sometimes.
Yeah.
Because there's gambling that happens within the game
Very
as
true.
well. And that's something that's kind of emergent, and that's even more silent than the gambling is. So that can be an issue for some people as well. But we always want to take a harm reduction approach and just take it from that stance, pretty much.
That's good. I didn't even think about that. That's true. Rhode Island itself as a state and the lottery itself, what is a percentage of money, and is it a requirement for the Rhode Island lottery to actually, you know, reallocate certain funds from the Rhode Island lottery, you know, whether it's yearly, et cetera? Break that down sort of for the people who, you know, didn't know, like myself, prior to even meeting with you.
So there was actually a law that was passed in 2012 that says that money has to be put into the problem, essentially. And it has to be split in the following ways. It has to go into employee awareness and retail awareness or education, rather. It needs to go into the helpline, which, again, we use 211 for our helpline in Rhode Island, and into the problem, essentially, for problem gambling, which is through the problem gambling services. So it started out as $100,000 a year. It's now up to $200,000 a year.
Wow.
So they put money into the problem. So they're helping with it as well. So they pay for the treatment for these services for people.
And I also know that on my podcast, a lot of college students from Rhode Island actually check in and listen. So any advice for college students? Because I know a lot of the college students, that was like my first time during college where I was introduced to sports book and actually gambling with actual sports apps.
Yes, we actually call that the perfect storm. What happens is with college students, they're actually at a 2 to 3 times greater risk of developing a gambling problem.
Oh, wow.
About 6% of college students have a serious gambling problem.
Wow.
So it is something to pay attention to, that age demographic. Phones can be a problem for people, right? And I don't think it's necessarily the phone that's the problem. It's, again, the perfect storm. They're away at college by themselves. They have a sense of independence for the first time with little supervision. Something I just read recently as well is they're getting offered credit cards pretty often, right? I remember being in college and getting a credit card offer pretty often.
Definitely.
But I didn't realize per semester they're getting at least 25 credit card offers. That's pretty high. And a lot of the times they're going to take that bait and they're going to use that and get cash advances to have money to be able to gamble.
Definitely.
So they're at a pretty high risk of developing a gambling problem if they're not aware of the signs and symptoms. So I think it's important for people to, again, be aware of some of these signs and symptoms. And one way that they can do that is they can take a self-assessment by doing a simple Google search or going to our website, problemgamblingservices.com, and we have a self-assessment there, or they can call 211 as well and speak to a professional and just ask questions anonymously if they wanted to.
So there we have it. That was PGS, Problem Gambling Services from Rhode Island, checking in. Let's talk about this. So, Gunna is that nigga. I already knew it. For those who didn't know, here's a reminder that Gunna is that nigga. Gunna sells out the Barclays Center, New York City. Over 20,000 people sold out to just see Gunna perform. Shout out to DDG, yo. DDG opened up. It was a surprise opening up though with DDG. So shout out to DDG. He did open up. I think that was pretty cool for him. And rare, but it makes sense because who's really co-signing Gunna that's an artist right now? Not really anybody, but DDG is like a YouTuber, but still a rapper. He's not on some street shit.
That's a huge move for
it makes
DDG.
sense for like a DDG like to fuck with Gunna.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty cool, and I think that they could make some good music together, if we're being honest. I don't know if you're.
DDG can deliver when he wants to.
I like DDG's especially moonwalking. DDG, he's kind of underrated. I don't want to say pretty underrated, but he's kind of underrated. I think that he still has more. If he keeps dropping more albums and shit, he can go crazy.
He be mixing too much YouTube with his music career.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
Exactly. It's like, especially now, he's kind of back on the YouTube wave.
Yeah.
But he's still a legendary YouTuber, no matter what for the rest of lifetime. He's a legend. But DDG opened up. Gunna, man, oh man, a hell of a set list, a hell of a performance. The outfits were insane. The crowd was going crazy, knowing every word to every song. The videos were crazy. We're going to play a video in the background in a second. Gunna is an example of when you've just focused on making some good-ass fucking music. Bullshit aside, everyone's worried about whether he snitched or not, right? On Young Thug. Meanwhile, Gunna is performing Young Thug's song. He performed the Young Thug verse, and he put up Free Young Thug, Free Jeffrey on his. So, why are so many strangers online so worried about something that's literally just between these two men? That has to do with them only. We don't really know. We think we know. Gunna's lawyer literally could have set him up. If you read the Alfred plea situation that happened, and he said it in his album subliminally that the lawyer set him up. And also, I think overall, Gunna's just winning. If you look at Gunna, now he looks like he's ready to box. Like, he's so fit. He's so healthy. Lil Yachty's off the lean. Gunna's definitely off the lean, off the Percocet, off of any drug he's doing. Gunna might not even be drinking alcohol the way he's looking. Gunna's looking like he's ready for the Men's Health magazine magazine cover. I wouldn't be shocked if they put him on that. I wouldn't be shocked if Gunna randomly gets like one of those like New Balance sponsorships or something. Because have you seen the photo of him working out? The working out photo? Bro, he looks fit as fuck. You know?
Nah, I don't follow Gunna.
If I was, let me stop. You know, shout out to Gunna though. Very sexy man.
I already was gonna push it, huh?
He's a very sexy man. We have to be honest. Shout out to P. Liddy. I'm in this bitch with P. Liddy. That's actually a woman that he dates, allegedly. P. Liddy. And she be posting him up. So shout out to P. Liddy, his spouse, I guess. But Gunna is just, man. Like, you know what it is? That Little Baby, Lil Durk, Moneybagg Yo, these artists that are in Gunna's lane, his lane, right? Sound-wise, music-wise, they're struggling to sell out shows, right? Gunna does one random show in New York and it sells out the entire arena. Insane. By himself, because he didn't promote DDG. DDG was a surprise. So you can say Gunna sold it out by himself.
People weren't gonna. They were. Oh my god! Let's be honest.
Yeah, the hype, the anticipation was crazy. And then one thing is to perform. Everyone's waiting to see Gunna, right? So everyone's waiting. His first performance, Gunna's first performance since being freed from jail. Mm-hmm. A whole band, a live band, no backtrack, no background vocals, a live band production, live vocals, a raw performance. Incredible. Incredible. The stage design was excellent.
This kid's horny.
I'm like, yo. I'm just mad.
You're mad you didn't go, huh?
I'm mad I didn't go, but like I was busy. Shout out to Michael. Michael was there. My boy Michael, 2 for Live. But I am hoping that he goes on tour because I'm gonna be the first one buying tickets to the Massachusetts show. Listen, I might buy 5 tickets just to buy the 5, just to secure like a section. But I want to get general admission because I might be in the front crowd. You give me the 2. I'm sending the cleaners through. Woo! Are you kidding me, bro? I'm in this bitch with D3. Nigga, fuck you mean? I don't even, like, that's a hard ass song, but I'm excited for it, but I'm not even that. I want to hear the other shit. Like, I love the whole album. Gonna drop the album of the year. I don't care. Debate me. He has the best album this year. Easily. I know Marlon's not a Gunna fan.
Yeah, I haven't listened.
So I don't even know if you have him in your top 5 albums this year. Oh. I know you do.
I don't, honestly, I can't come up with a list for this year.
But just off of random thoughts on some quick shit without even saying names, you probably don't have Gunna in it. I don't think so. Would you? In your list?
I have nobody. I have nobody, bro. There
this year's tricky.
Not been a good album.
This year's tricky.
This year for me.
But I'm not
saying Gunna's album was bad. Like it was good in my opinion. But I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I've heard it ever since we reacted to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you're being honest.
I've heard fuck you mean. That's it.
Look at this crowd. Look at this crowd. Even the band was going crazy. The band was going crazy. Bro, come on, bro. Bro,
I don't know about that fucking fit, nigga. I don't know what you're talking about.
Bro, he's fly.
Hard ass fit. That's not a hard fit.
I can't pull it off, but he can pull it off.
Bro, what the fuck is that, bro?
Nah, it looked from different angles. It looked better.
That shit's bad, bro. He's wearing fucking jean shorts with what? Boots that look like they're sweats. What the fuck is going on?
Listen, Gunna was killing that shit, man. This is a different angle.
He looks like an angel. Victoria's Secret model.
Yeah.
This is from Fuck You Mean to Rodeo. The same transition from the album. Incredible transition. Same transition from the album. And I'm right back on Rodeo. That shit's hard, right? It's hard.
That was hard.
Bro, how does Gunna drop the best album this year and the best concert performance? Like, who would have guessed that? Top of the year. I didn't think that would happen. Everyone's worried about if he's snitching.
We did say that.
What the fuck is going
If he
on?
was gonna perform that, people were gonna fucking go.
Oh my god, bro. No, I was so amped. I'm so amped looking at this shit, bro. It's just crazy, bro. Shout out to Gunna. This man, I'm so happy for him. Hopefully, Young Thug, I don't know. Let's not even talk about that situation because I want him free because I think he's one of the best artists ever. Young Thug, I call him Michael Jackson for a reason. But the case, nigga, is very crazy. We saw what the fuck happened with that fucking fool last week. He got convicted, this dumbass.
He got convicted, yeah, for murdering.
YSL Polo.
You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? You see what the fuck I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about, bro? You look wild that they get convicted for murder. Come on, bro.
Bro, that's all he had left to try. They're like, bro, you are gonna be convicted for murder next week. You're gonna be gone for life. You're gonna have to do something.
Talk about people. It must be withdrawals. Shut the fuck up. He knew what the fuck he did, bro.
He's
he
done.
had to act fucking. Oh my god, bro. People are so fucking gullible.
Man, moving on to the biggest topic of the weekend that blew up was the story with the 70s Show cast. I grew up watching the 70s Show. You ever watched the 70s Show?
Years ago. I don't remember anything. I don't remember not a single episode.
One of my favorite sitcoms of all time is the 70s Show. One of the funniest shows of all time. Danny Masterson, who was the man that played Stephen Hyde, right? He played Stephen Hyde. Mila Kunis played Jackie. Ashton Kutcher played Michael Kelso. Very classic characters, right? Now, the situation happened where Danny how would I pronounce his name? Let me not mispronounce his name. Danny Masterson has been sentenced to 30 years to life in prison.
Jesus Christ.
Because he raped 2 women in Hollywood Hills 2 decades ago. 20 years ago, right? Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis were people that wrote character letters defending the convicted rapist, Danny Masterson. Basically, when you get tried in court, some of the things that the actual people on the case, on the trial, the lawyers do to present to the jury is get character description letters from family members, famous celebrities, anyone that can co-sign you to make you look better, right? To get the quote-unquote true version of you. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis, who are a married couple, by the way, as well. They weren't just castmates. They were actually, now they're married and in love. They're one of the most famous couples in the world. They wrote letters about Danny in support of Danny. And when this news broke, everyone was going crazy. Like, what the fuck? Like, why were they supporting him? Especially now he's actually being convicted. Mm-hmm. He actually raped these women. Like, that's fucking weird. That's very weird. They apologized. But look at this horrible apology. They're apologizing not for writing the letters. They're just apologizing basically because of the fact that they got backlash. That goes to show you how these Hollywood, white, fucking stuck-up millionaire actors can be, which is very unfortunate because if you look at Ashton Kutcher's career, Ashton Kutcher is one of the biggest, tech investors in Hollywood. He's invested into a lot of, startup companies. He's been very smart with his money, and he's done a lot of philanthropy work. And I kind of looked up to it, throughout the years. I'm like, yo, this is pretty cool that Ashton Kutcher's done this shit. This is pretty dope. This guy's not just relying on acting. But then this happened, and I'm like, this is kind of hypocritical. Bro, why are you trying to support this guy, right? And look at the apology by both of them.
They are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson.
We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
couple months ago, Danny's family reached out to us and they asked us to write character letters to represent the person that we knew for 25 years so that the judge could take that into full consideration relative to the sentencing.
The letters were not written to question the legitimacy of the judicial system or the validity of the jury's ruling.
They were intended for the judge to read and not to undermine the testimony of the victims or re-traumatize them in any way. We would never want to do that. And we're sorry if that has taken place.
Our heart goes out to every single person who's ever been a victim of sexual assault, sexual abuse, or rape.
We are aware.
For those who don't know, this couple, God bless me, this couple is some of the richest people in Hollywood, right? These are some of the richest people, richest actors, and they've donated more money than a lot of these actors ever. Coincidentally, they donated about $30 million to Ukraine themselves, right? And they also have committed to donating their inheritance to from their children's inheritance to charity. Almost $300 million estimatedly in the net worth upon them passing away. Their children's inheritance is going to be donated to a charity. That's crazy.
Them kids are hated.
Bro, that's who these people are.
Yeah.
That's who they are, right? So then it just looks horrible how you guys are writing a supporting letter.
But again, let's be honest. Like
they must have been close to him?
Huh?
They must have been very close to him, maybe.
Well, like they said, this is the person that we know for 20 plus something years. Maybe in the time that they've, you know what I'm saying? They never made, you know what I'm saying? Listen,
I know, but it's like
one of the things I've always said in my whole life, bro, and I've always said, you will never fully know somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Each day you find out new things about yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, what you think he was out there flaunting? He raped bitches.
You be dropping gems now. You gotta put the camera on yourself when you be
Bro,
dropping gems.
I've always said that my whole life,
gems.
bro. People who know me, they always know that I say you will never fully know somebody. Each day you learn new things about yourself.
Listen, and that's the thing now with the internet. The way the internet works, you got people pulling out a bunch of weird ass clips that make shit kind of weird and strange, right? Mila Kunis, for those who don't know, when she filmed the 70s show, was only 14 years old.
Wow.
She lied about being 18, but they kept her on the cast knowing she was 14 years old, and she was filming with adults, kissing adults on scene. Ashton Kutcher was like 19, 20, kissing her. And look at the creepy jokes they would make. There's so many unearthed old interviews that are now coming to light that people haven't seen in years. Look at this clip right here alone.
She was 14 when we started the show. I was like 19, right?
Right.
And they're like, okay, you guys are going to be making out in this scene. And I'm like thinking like, wait, this is like slightly
I was
illegal,
gonna say, that's
right?
probably your first kiss ever, right?
It was my first kiss. Why don't you tell them a bet you made with Danny about our first kiss?
No, it wasn't the first kiss. This was like a second or third kiss.
It was the first. It was like the first week.
No, it was not the first week.
Whatever. Let me tell you what happened.
No, let me tell you what happened.
No. Okay, so I've never kissed a guy. So I was
Look how
so.
nervous he
And then,
looks.
Ash was attractive, and I was a 14-year-old little girl, and I was extremely scared for my life.
Sure.
And he was very nice about it. He was like,
But she's being honest. It's almost like joking, but she's being honest.
Yeah.
Extremely scared for her life. 14 years old, right? Let's keep it going. And these people are married now. Her first kiss ever. Kind of odd. Kind of, God bless. God bless. God bless.
That's real love, bro.
Yeah, I guess.
okay. Then Danny goes and goes, dude, I'll give you $10 if you French kiss her. What would you stick your tongue in my mouth or some?
What? No.
For $10.
You're making it sound like it was like really. Okay, Dan, we had a little side bet going.
Yeah.
Like,
Which was?
It wasn't very
as to whether or not, you're kissing on the show or boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
You would use tongue, right, Rosie? I mean, you would.
It depends what kind of an actor you are, I guess.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
So Danny bets me like $20 that I wouldn't do it, and of course I'm like, yeah, sure. What's the deal? You know?
Then the cop showed up and you got arrested, pretty much.
They should have.
Bro, this is so fucking weird. I get it that it was a different time, but like, bro, like, was there nobody on set that like properly like?
The parents let this happen, so.
the parents are to blame here as well. I would say mainly, but also the production. They just did a reboot, the '70s show, last year. I watched it. It was amazing. It was so good. I still got to finish. I think they did 2 seasons. I got to watch the second one. It was so good. Me and Tiana were talking about it. It was so good. And they came back. They did like a cameo, like they did a quick cameo, Ashton and her. But then the Danny cameo never came because of the case. People were like, "Oh, Danny." I'm like, "Yeah, Hyde. He raped 2 girls. He's not coming back." I was talking to Brian about it. Brian was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, bro." Because he was like, "Why is Hyde not there?" I'm like, "Bro, Hyde's not gonna. Bro, Hyde's a rapist. Like, there's a whole trial right now." Fast forward, now he's actually convicted. You know. So like now with knowing this, all this coming to Earth, that reboot should never even fucking happen. This is creepy. There's more clips. I'm gonna try to find them right here. But it was just a weird situation. Right here, look at this one right here.
Not only do I get to work with our beautiful, sexy, hot next guest on that '70s show, but I'm lucky enough to play her boyfriend, so I get to make out with her. Okay, a very talented, hot, smart, and beautiful Mila Kunis.
Bro, she's 14. That's just weird, bro. That shit is weird, man. We have to be. Why was this like? Why were these people on this child on TV? Like they're bringing them around the country to promote the show.
That's how they used to
The
act.
group is not
back in
he.
the
No.
day.
It's okay, you're
What do you say,
young.
what do you say?
If you're the group is not he. No. It's okay, you're young. You're young. It's okay. Okay. We have to take a break. The group is not he. No.
Oh, I guess they were checking her or something. I don't know. That clip was kind of out of context. I don't know. There's more clips here. It keeps going, guys.
Not only do I get to work with our beautiful.
Let's see. Hold up. It's down below in this thread. But this is big right now on TikTok and Twitter. People keep talking about this. This is a real situation that I had no idea.
No one. Yeah, I'm dating now.
You date?
No one. Okay, now this is all for the girls. Girls just want to have fun, have to go because it's a girl.
Look at this face. For the boys, it's back on the line. Yes,
Boys just want to have fun.
No. Okay, you know what? I work with this man, and he's going to have to pay for that for the next 2 years.
Mila,
Listen,
Mila. She's like, cold shoulder. Mila, honey.
Don't touch me.
You can take another one off. You can take it. Careful, she's getting hit. Okay. You can take another one off. You get.
I don't know what's going on. That one was kind of like completely out of context, I guess. I don't know what was happening there, but.
We're a couple.
Couple of something, yeah. I guess you could say that. No, I'm kidding.
We're a couple.
Couple of.
Oh, man.
It was really weird. I was like, wait, isn't this illegal? It was really weird. I was like, wait, isn't this illegal?
So they knew.
Yeah.
They weren't naive. Like they knew that there's like he's talking about it's illegal.
Right. Like she was like she was like my little sister. Like I wanted to make sure she was okay. She was 14.
Your little sister.
Your little sister you make out with, Ashton?
Kissing her shit. Okay. You weird ass motherfucker. White people are so weird, bro.
Bro, this is so weird, man. This is so weird, man.
That's why, they make them jokes, bro.
This is so weird.
My name is Mila Kunis, and I'm from That 70 Show, and you're watching In the Crease TV.
Hi, I'm Ashton Kutcher, and I'm from That 70 Show TV. No, That 70 Show too.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm doing this is not because I think In the Crease is good, but because Jock told me Mila would sit on my. It feels good.
Bro, that's so weird, man. It's a 14-year-old girl, bro. He's like rubbing her while she's on his lap.
Along with Kutcher reportedly cheating, Moore claimed he also encouraged her to break her sobriety. Along with Kutcher
Oh no, this is some other shit. I forgot he dated Demi Moore. They're just trying to cancel him fully at that point. Yeah, I don't know. I guess they're just showing her young at that point. But yeah, Very creepy situation. Comment below how do you guys feel about it. I think that
Bro, that's
Hollywood is one of those
weird, bro.
things
that's
that
my niece's age right now, bro. Man, smack the fucking lip. Oh my
bro,
god.
Sometimes I hate diving into this. Like, I just like enjoying the shows and the movies because when you dive into behind the scenes, it usually gets dark like this.
I didn't
It's
know.
crazy.
I didn't know any of this shit.
This is so weird.
Yeah, that shit shouldn't even exist.
But this is so fucking creepy. That show should have never aired. It should have never happened.
Yeah.
That's weird, man.
And the fact that they played on with it, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone knew.
People were making fun of Will Smith and Jada and that shit, that whole situation for so long. Why people gotta talk about this? This is a very weirder relationship. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. This is a very weirder relationship. Like, this is a come on. Her first kiss at 14 years old, and now they're the ones that they're married with. Bro, you remember the story the other day that broke? I think it was top of the year. We talked about it. Mila Kunis and him, they don't shower. Their kids, they don't shower. Like, they wait until their kids are dirty to shower their kids. Like, they don't shower for like days.
I don't remember that.
That's crazy.
What the fuck?
So they already don't shower. This is the same couple that doesn't shower for days. Their kids are dirty until they're dirty. They waiting for their kids to be dirty a couple days. These rich white people who have an unlimited amount of water supply. To each their own, I guess. I don't know. It's weird to me, man. Listen, if I had the opportunity to talk to them, maybe getting to know them in person, it might make some sense. You know, that's another thing. When we meet people in person, some things, I guess it makes sense. But this is one of those things that in any court of the law doesn't even make sense. He wasn't, I just turned 18. He was 19 going on 20. So that means when they kept going, he was 20, 21. She was still 14, 15, 16. That's fucking weird. They kept that shit going. God bless, man. God fucking bless. Over the weekend, also, history happened with sports. Speaking of very young, but on a positive note, shout out to Coco Gauff, the tennis legend, Coco Gauff. She was 8 years old when she was dancing at the U.S. Open playing tennis. And now, fast forward almost 10 years later, 19 years old, winning her first career Grand Slam at the U.S. Open. She's the youngest American U.S. Open champion since Serena Williams in 1999. And she also won, I didn't even know they win money. She won a $3 million check. $3 million. That's without sponsorships.
Was this again tennis?
Tennis. That's without sponsorships. That's just for winning the U.S. Open match, the tournament, the Grand Slam. $3 million check. $3 million check.
Good for her.
That's fucking legendary.
Good for her, man.
And she was also, it's kind of controversial, but in a positive note, she was on Instagram Live. This girl has seen so much success in her life that when they ask her about the $3 million and is she going to put it towards any debt, like, are you going to pay off your debt? She's like, debt? I don't even know that. I don't even know what that is. Something like that. Look at.
Somebody said pay off debts. I'm 19. I don't have any debt. I'm not in debt.
she don't even know how to say that shit, bro. She's saying Deb. She don't even know how to pronounce the whole word.
Deb. Like, I'm not in debt. I live with my parents still. So I'm not in debt. I didn't go to college, so I don't have any student bills to pay. Yeah, so I'm not in debt. I'm too young. My parents never put me in that position to be in debt. So yeah, I have nothing to pay right now.
You better be smart with it, man.
Yeah.
She better put that $3 million in some stocks or something.
She better start flipping real estate and shit.
Bro, this is the new face of tennis right now. Like, people are already calling her the next Serena Williams, the next Venus Williams, a legend. And she doesn't even know what debt is. I love this for her. I think it's pretty cool to see. I watched the whole match. It's one of the only tennis matches I've watched in my life because I saw the story and I'm like, let me watch this live. I'm like, it's happening today? And I watched it and that shit was amazing to see. Shout out to Coco. I love the name already. I love her energy, her spirit, the way she is. Very straightforward. And look at her now, on a new young legend, a new icon in sports. Quick commercial break. This episode is brought to you by Sam Albert, the real estate agent, to see if you guys are in Rhode Island or in general in the New England area and looking for a realtor that actually cares about real estate, actually can help you either buy or sell your dream home or just a family house, any type of predicament when it comes to real estate. I recommend him. I think he's a great person. I've known him for a while. And aside from that, the feedback is extremely positive. Make sure to give him a call at 401-856-9660. Also, you can email Sam at sam@11spelledout91.com. That's his email. If you're looking for a realtor in Rhode Island, I recommend Sam Albert. He's your go-to guy. The One Chip Challenge is officially pulled from all the shows completely. Paqui, the company, because of the fact that a kid has passed away. A 14-year-old kid passed away from the One Chip Challenge from Massachusetts. The One Chip Challenge is literally in the shape of a coffin. The box is in the shape of a coffin. We have it in here somewhere. I don't know where my dad put them, but they're literally in the shape of a coffin. What's the irony? That one chip is in a box. They sell it for like $8. So hot. Can you handle it? So hot. You might die. The joke is that you might die. Here's a coffin. And then a fucking kid dies. Now, if we're being honest, pregnant women and kids are not supposed to take this chip. It says it on the box. But kids will be kids. You think kids are going to read a box? Come on. Kids are not going to read the box. You can just buy the chip online. You don't have to put an ID. It doesn't ask you for your age. You can just buy the chip. So kids are going to get their hands on the chip. It's one of the biggest virals. This has been happening since 2016. This has been a 7-year tradition. Every year, a new chip, a new color, a new box, a new flavor. Now, the first death, I think, is done. Cut that shit out. One chip challenge. I've never done it. We were about to. We were going to.
You was going to.
You wouldn't have done it?
Hell no. I'm not fucking dumb. I don't like to play with my life, bro. I don't like to play with my life.
Play with your life. Yeah, but if
I
you
was
were
gonna
younger,
be fucked.
maybe?
No, I was gonna be fucked. One, right? I would have eaten the chip. That shit would have been hot as fuck. What's the one thing that people tell you to drink when
milk?
I'm lactose intolerant. I would have died. I would have been fucking throwing up and shitting. I would have died.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like to play with my life.
The chips were sold individually. They carried 2 of the hottest peppers in the world, the Carolina Reaper and the Naga Viper. My God. This is crazy. So the kid was Harris Woloba, 14 years old. He went to the school nurse in Worcester. How do you say it? Worcester?
Worcester.
In Worcester, Massachusetts. He passed away at his house in the afternoon. They're still doing an autopsy. They're trying to see what was going on. Yeah, and there was actual Florida students that were sent to the nurse after the One Chip Challenge, but those didn't die. But this kid unfortunately passed away. There was rumors that he took 14 chips. It was multiple chips. It was something like that. But there's no confirmation from when I'm reading all these articles that it was that many. For those that don't know, the Carolina Reaper score on the Scoia'tville, that's the heat spicy level, is 1.7 million Scoia'tville heat. And the Naga chip Viper peppers are 1.4 million. A jalapeno pepper, by contrast, just for comparison. So this has the 2 spiciest peppers, right? At 1.7 million Scoia'tville heat with the Carolina Reaper. The Naga Viper at 1.4 million. A jalapeno pepper? If these are in the millions, guess how hot a jalapeno pepper is, Marlon, on the Scoia'tville? Just say a number.
Like a 30.
No, not that low. That would be crazy. 8,500. 8,500 a jalapeno pepper.
Wow.
I can't eat a jalapeno pepper. I start gagging. My throat gets dry. Can you handle a jalapeno pepper?
Yeah.
You're crazy. It's because you're Central American. You like spicy shit.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You do.
That's wild.
Well, naturally.
That's wild, bro.
It's true.
That's crazy.
What are you referring?
I don't go out of my way to fucking eat hot food. If it's available, yeah, but I don't like I always have to have hot food.
But you probably grew up around it more than me.
Having just hot food is not good, bro. That's not good.
But some people say it is. I don't get it.
No.
Like it makes you shit a lot.
No, just having hot food is not good for you, bro. Yeah, my parents would always eat like food with a jalapeno and shit like that, but not me.
I can't handle that shit,
No.
bro.
Like I won't eat it. I won't eat it. But if it's like, let's say like in the food, like blended or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Or they made a sauce out of it, for sure. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to bite the fucking jalapeno pepper and eat it. You know what I'm saying?
Nigerians, a lot of cultures like that. Nigerians, Jamaicans. Oh my god, I can't handle spicy food, bro.
What's buffalo sauce made out of?
That's good.
But that's what I'm saying. Would that be ranked lower than the jalapeno pepper?
Hell yeah, has to be.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
Jalapeno peppers ain't that high like that.
Jalapenos 8,500 Scoville scale. So look
Let's
up
see.
buffalo sauce Scoville scale. Are we surprised? I think it was bound to happen, man. You can't play with death. When you actually make the box a coffin and you put a skull on it, you're almost asking, unfortunately, for someone to pass away. It's like you can't play with death. Don't put death on your branding. It's not a joke. God is real. For those who don't believe it, this might be an example. Be safe. And parents, get that fucking chip away from your kids. Throw that shit away. We got some here. I might throw them away. I probably will, right? I don't know. Because I can't allegedly sell them. I can't. I think StockX took them down. They was like, this product's not available. I don't know what's going on. What's the Scoville scale for buffalo sauce, Mo?
It's showing me like
it might not even be on the Scoville.
Well, it says it's comparing it to Buffalo Wild Wings. Buffalo Wild Wings hot sauce.
What's the Scoville?
2,200.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's
But
like
then,
a
they
fourth
have
of the jalapeno.
Buffalo Wild Wings wild sauce can register at approximately 50,000 to 150,000.
I don't know what's going on. But let's talk about this real quick. Cultural shock. What's going on in Poland? In Poland, there seems to be a show where they're putting on blackface and performing as rappers.
Wow.
In Poland. Wow. These white people are putting on blackface, painting their whole entire bodies to look like Kendrick Lamar and Kanye West. Wow. Look at this. This is the Kendrick Lamar one, I believe.
That's in Poland?
In Poland, bro. I took the walk to Poland.
That's what happened.
They took
Yachty
the walk
fucked him
to
up.
Poland. Yachty,
It's
we gotta blame Lil Yachty. He took the
Yachty's
walk
fault.
to Poland, and Poland's never been the same since. Look at this shit.
My left stroke just went viral.
Bro, what is going on here? This is crazy.
The majority of the people don't know that song. That's why they're clapping.
Bro, what is going on
You don't
here?
clap to that fucking song.
Bro, and we have the there's the Kanye West one that I just saw today. Bro, what is going on here?
He looks like Kanye though. Bro.
This looks like Kanye West.
Are we sure this is a white guy?
What is going on in Poland?
That's not a white guy, bro. That's a white guy?
I can't wait much longer.
I can't wait much longer.
That's a white guy? That's not a white guy, bro.
Yeah. He can't wait much longer, bro. He can't.
And I've been waiting all night now. That's how long I've been on ya.
Bro, no. See, we can talk, but we gotta look it up. I gotta do my research. We gotta see what's going on.
That guy does not look white, bro. And if he does, whatever makeup artist he has is great.
So this is a show, a Spanish TV series called Your Face Sounds Familiar, with 50 formats of the show around the world. Celebrity contestants impersonate musicians to be televised performances. So kind of like The Masked Singer. So maybe this is The Masked Singer, but The Masked Singer, they throw on mask.
If it's his Spanish or Hispanic.
I think Spanish, so probably like Spanish. Oh my God, what is this? Weekend?
You know,
and Billie Eilish? What is this?
I can see it. Billie Eilish
That's
looks
fucked up.
Billie Eilish looks close. I can see it now. Then Spanish, we Spanish people be tweaking, bro.
Who is? Let's guess this one. Who is this one, Marlon?
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone.
I don't know who that is.
That's Bill Withers. This is like a throwback.
I'm not that old, motherfucker.
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know who that is.
Yo, they doing even old artists too?
Man's got a picnic shirt on.
Bro.
She's always gone too long. Anytime.
Bro, that's a good.
What is going on here?
Whoever's tanning them and shit is some good quality shit, bro. They look black.
What is going on? Cultural moments happen like this all of the time. All of the time. Like, you see this type of stuff all of the time. A blackface Kendrick Lamar is insane, though.
He don't look like Kendrick, though.
500 miles away in the Netherlands, they have a blackface tradition called Black Pete that they do every year where, look at how it looks. Black Pete. Just look up Black Pete. I remember seeing this and I was like, what the fuck? Look at it. They just dress up in blackface, red lipstick, and walk around.
So who is that, though? Who is Black Pete?
When we look up Black Pete right here.
Zwarte Piet. Who is that?
Black Pete was also known in English as translated as Black Pete, Zwarte Piet. Earliest known illustration of the character comes from the 1850 book by Amsterdam teacher, in which it depicted a black Moor from Spain. A black Moor from Spain. Okay, so there's a black Moor from Spain.
So now, okay, so this is where you dig deeper into it, right? So this is relating to a character that was created by a Spain teacher, or a teacher where the character is a black person in Spain.
Yeah, this is a...
Because if it's relating to that, then obviously we can see as to why they don't see the issue with that. They're not doing it to mimic the American culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the thing is, this was a real person, right? It
That's
seems
the
like this
thing.
was a real black person, but I love Eminem.
Okay.
I love Michael Jackson.
Okay.
I looked up to them growing up. I'm like, these are very iconic, powerful talent. I'm not painting my face white and walking around here just to do it on a yearly tradition. You know, none of the Spanish culture doesn't do that.
Yeah, but
American culture doesn't do that.
Think about
I
it, though.
guess this culture does that and has done it for a while.
Don't you like, for example, your superheroes? You ever paint your face for like Halloween and shit to be like a superhero?
Listen, I'm not here to judge cultures, but in general, bro,
It's two different cultures, bro.
if this country is
tough.
predominantly white and they have one day of the year where they put blackface on their face, they paint their face black, I'm sorry. That's just weird because it's going to come off offensive.
To
and there's going to
us,
be
though.
But there's going to be
us.
some racist white Dutch people.
No, for sure, bro. For sure. But to
Bro,
us,
look at this shit, bro.
To us, that definitely is gonna come off like they didn't even try.
And it's like, they don't even look like they're trying to be black. They look like they're dirty. And that's almost more offensive. Like, go hard like this. Like this. Look at this. If you're going to do some blackface, go hard.
She needs to paint the inside of her fucking eyelids too, though.
Like, have a professional. This is like a professional artist. But then that's scary. What the fuck is going on? I don't know. God bless. Yeah. My left stroke just went viral. Last topic of the day was a quick recap of the sports that happened over the weekend. UFC. Shout out to Israel Adesanya. He lost. Strickland beat Israel Adesanya. It was an upset. Strickland, very offensive character. He's saying a lot of, what's it called? Homophobic, misogynist shit that's going viral now. The guy, the UFC fighter, but he's always been like that way. I think he plays a character. In my opinion, he plays a character. He literally did the Nuck Boys a couple days ago, and he called them out to their face. He's like, you guys do shit. You have shit jobs. Like you guys, I wouldn't even be here. But it's like, like he was calling them out to their face. Like, you guys suck. Like saying shit like that. I'm like, yo, this guy's like one of those, I guess, authentic, but is he trying to be like a character? So now he won, and he got very emotional. He deserved to win. Strickland it was a great fight. UFC fight. UFC 293, I think. 293. But Izzy let me down. Shout out to Izzy, one of my favorite fighters of all time. Style bender. I'll give him one more fight. And then after that, they're going to do a rematch. I think Dana White said they're going to do a rematch after this. If he loses the rematch, retire. Just retire, Izzy. That's it. You got to go off on top. If you're going to keep taking these L's, I was shocked. I don't know why he was looking lackluster. Strickland's good, but I'm like, not that good. I'm like, what the fuck happened? He really outsmarted him, but the better man won. Shout out to Strickland. Also, listen, Deion Sanders has me watching college football like it's the Super Bowl. I have never watched a full entire college football game until Deion Sanders. I've watched Jackson State football games. Now I'm watching every single Colorado-Buffalo football game just to support Deion Sanders and everything that he has going on. Colorado-Buffalo, as a football team, the university last year only won one game. Deion Sanders already has them winning their first two matches back-to-back, and now they're officially ranked the 18th team. Their first time being ranked. And for those who don't remember the situation, Deion Sanders signed to Buffalo. There was a controversy because they wanted him to stay with a HBCU. And he was like, behind the scenes, stuff is happening, etc. And he also got a good offer from CU, Colorado University, the Buffs. A base salary of $5.5 million and a supplemental salary in his first year of the deal. That's insane. It's going to be, overall, he has a $6.3 million contract. He's the highest paid coach in CU, Colorado University history. A lot of people had doubts. He's overpaid. It's all hype. He's just trying to be a good father. His son, a lot of shit about his son they talked about, right?
Oh, this is a coach? I thought he was talking about a player.
Yeah, he's a coach. His son's the player. Sayer. I forget. I keep mispronouncing his name. Sanders, though. Similar name. Same last name. They call him Sanders Jr. They call him Primetime Jr. sometime. He's the quarterback. They've won the first two games. Incredible games. I think that they paid a good amount of money. I think he's well deserving of the money. Deion Sanders is one of the most motivational people of all time. The way he talks, everything he says, it's as if he was born to be a coach. Prime time. Hell of a college player. Hell of an NFL career. Doing multiple positions.
Pause.
Hell of a character. Prime time. A star. Now, already a legendary college coach? Like, what is next for him? Like, he could just be a college coach forever and already be, like, damn near top 5, top 10 college coach ever if he keeps going at this rate. Is the NFL in his career? That'll be crazy. If the NFL's next, that'll be insane. But shout out to Deion Sanders. That shit is so motivational. Everything that Deion Sanders does is like insane for me. He's out there coaching, limping. He got like amputated toes. He's like missing toes. Like the guy has no toes, and he's just he's been through a lot. Shout out to Deion Sanders. Speaking of football, to end it as well, over the weekend, football's back. The Patriots fucking lost. Tom Brady came back for a ceremony, halftime speech. It was amazing. It was emotional, because last year he didn't have a send-off at the Patriots, because he ended his career on the Buccaneers. So they were like, yo, come back, like, for something. And they didn't do it. But then this year, they were like, hey, okay, first game, let's do something for Brady special. He came back. It was dope. But the Patriots fucking lost. Mac Jones lost. But they would have won. One more kick, like one special more move, they could have won. But, yeah, last minute, they fucked it up. They had all the opportunities at the end, too, to, like, create another touchdown and get the ball rolling. They lost to the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, phenomenal team. You know, the Cowboys, shout out to the Cowboys, phenomenal team. They won as well their match. Football's back. It's an exciting time right now for sports. Football's back. NBA's on his way back. MLB's on his way towards the playoffs. You know, but there we have it. Marlon, will you be attending any football games this year? I know you're a huge Buffalo Bills fan. You know, you went to Buffalo. Marlon went to Buffalo over the weekend to go see the Buffalo Bills face off. Who they face, Marlon? Marlon doesn't give a fuck about football.
I don't fucking know, bro.
He don't give a fuck about football.
I don't give a fuck about any of the sports.
Football, though, sometimes, no? Soccer, el football.
Only the World Cup.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't even watch like random like Inter Miami games or nothing whenever they're on?
Nope.
You haven't watched none this season?
No.
Really? Even I have. I'm shocked. I thought you would have watched some.
I don't watch sports, bro. I find watching sports boring. I like playing them. I don't play the games. I don't know. It just I don't like if I pull up to your crib or whatever, you have it on, I'll sit down and I ain't gonna be fucking in tune like how you guys are gonna be.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I don't really give a fuck, but like soccer here and there, yeah, I would watch. Like back then when like my brother, you know, on some Barca Real shit, because me and him had like a rivalry.
Classic, classic
but
shit.
like just watch random games and shit like that. No,
Fuck it.
Fuck
it. I respect it.
Thank you.
Well, we're gonna have to suit you up though soon one day.
For what?
Put you on a football field. See if you can handle some tackles.
I'll body.
I think I'll be a good running back. I don't know about wide receiver. I'll be a good ass running back though.
Bro, wide receiver sounds crazy.
A pause moment. But there we have it. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. This is Club Ambition Podcast Cap, episode 101. We shall be back next week with more news.
If we're not fucking underwater.
If we're not underwater, drowned in this ocean state of ours. And if the world doesn't end at the VMAs, you know, it might end. Barty Gang and Barb's uniting. The Stallions in the same building with the, what do you call it, Spice Cadets?
Pumpkin Spices?
Pumpkin Spices? Even though that's dropping, the collab that I predicted. I'm like, why don't you do Ice Spice?
They gon' love me for my ambition.